There are methods that change the way you think about bees, and there are methods that change the way you think as a beekeeper. The Miller method belongs to this second group. What if we did not need to graft queens at all? What if the bees make the selection themselves? No needle, no stress, no intervention that disrupts the larva. Today we enter a system that uses biology, not force, and we test whether it is truly as stable as it is claimed to be. In previous episodes, we analyzed the Doolittle system, direct human selection of larvae, precision, but also intervention. Today we take a different path, the Miller method, a principle that shifts the focus from grafting to the shape of the comb, to a channel that leads bees to make the decision themselves. Welcome to Eterna Studio. The Miller method originated in the late 19th and early 20th century, at a time when larval grafting was not developed as it is today. The goal was simple: to produce quality queens without precise work with a needle, and without the risk of damaging the larva. Miller observes bees. He does not try to control them directly. He observes where they naturally build queen cells, and he sees a pattern: the edge of the comb, the transition between empty space and brood. That is the decision zone. That is where bees choose. That is where the transformation of a larva into a queen begins. And that is where the idea was born. We cannot do better than bees. We can guide them. For the Miller method to work, we must understand biology. Bees do not choose randomly. They respond to space, to availability, to the position of the larva, to the amount of food. A queen cell is not built where everything is uniform. It is built where there is an edge, a transition, a change in structure. When a larva is located on the edge of the comb, bees are able to build a vertical queen cell, without cell limitation and without geometric confinement. This changes everything, because the queen larva receives more space, more food, and a constant supply of royal jelly. Not because of intervention, but because of position. This is the key. Miller does not change the bee. He changes the frame. The principle is simple. The larva is not touched. The geometry of the comb is touched. The goal is to create a zigzag edge, a zone in which bees naturally shift into queen-rearing mode, without stress, without interrupting development. When we understand the theory, we move into the operational part. There the system becomes visible. There the idea becomes a tool. Now we enter the practical part. Here theory turns into a tool. The foundation of the Miller method is the frame. Not the larva, not the queen, but geometry. A foundation sheet is used, but not in its full form. The frame is cut in a zigzag line. The goal is not aesthetics. The goal is to create an edge. Every break in the wax becomes a zone of potential. That is where bees change their behavior. In one area, they build worker comb. In another, they shift into queen-rearing mode. This contrast is the key. Without an edge, there is no response. Without a response, there are no queen cells. The frame is then returned to a strong production colony. For a short time, just enough for the queen to lay eggs. When eggs and young larvae appear, the frame is moved, but not just anywhere. It goes into a specialized queen-rearing colony, a queenless colony, but with an excess of young bees. This is a critical point of the system. If the colony is not strong, the method fails. The Eterna principle is clear. Colony strength is the #1 factor. In this colony, there must be abundance. Abundance of nurse bees, abundance of food, abundance of energy. Sugar syrup is added in a controlled way. Pollen must be available. No stress, no scarcity, because scarcity changes biology. And the Miller method depends on optimal conditions. Now the real process begins. The bees identify the edges of the zigzag structure. They select larvae and expand cells into vertical queen cells. Larvae in the correct position receive intensive royal jelly, constantly, without interruption. This is not intervention. This is guidance. The bees do everything. The beekeeper only defines the frame. After a few days, queen cells become clearly visible, large, elongated, stable. Each one represents a potential queen, but not all are the same. The best ones are selected. The Miller method has clear advantages. First, no larval grafting. This removes mechanical stress. Second, reduced human error. Third, it uses natural bee selection, not imposed selection. Fourth, it increases the number of accepted queen cells under good conditions. But there is also a real limitation. If the colony is not strong enough, if there is not enough food, if there is no proper edge, the result decreases. The method is not magic. It is a system of conditions. The Miller method is not a replacement for Doolittle. It is an alternative in specific conditions. For precise selection, Doolittle remains dominant. For a more natural approach, Miller has its place, but only in stable, strong colonies. Miller did not try to outsmart nature. He tried to understand it and remove unnecessary intervention. What remains is a clean system. Bees choose. The beekeeper provides the frame, and nature completes the work. That is the essence of this method, not control, but guidance. If you want to see how this principle evolves further, and how control is reduced even more, in the next episode we enter the Demaree method, a system that does not change the larva, does not change the comb, but changes the entire colony layout. This is the next level of colony strength management. The Demaree method: brood separation without losing strength, swarm control without stress. The Eterna system continues.